Hey, welcome back. I told you I was gonna come back. I told you I was gonna be back. I told you I would not be on. I did have to finish work today, and I am getting ready to do a little bit of work here. So I won't be on long. But let me just say this: we were talking about grieving, and we're still talking about grieving. We're definitely talking about the fact that grieving is something difficult for us to do. It's definitely a ongoing thing. It's a process that you have to go through, and you have to learn how to keep going through it. You can't just like stop. It's very important that you don't stop, that you don't just give into it and become a prisoner to it. So I was talking earlier about all the different things that I grieve and have grieved, and I found out that it's not just the people that pass away that you grieve. You're grieving all the time. It's an ongoing process, as well as you change and evolve and you grow, you begin to grieve. You're the former person. That's why a lot of people go back to they revert back because the new person feels so weird. Being and doing and becoming the new person, or even healing from the grief. You kind of people revert right back because they become very afraid of the change. They become very terrified that you mean to tell me I could really be different? I really am. I don't have to be this way all the time. So it's very important that we take time for ourselves so that we could process everything that's going on. Um, Identify all the things you agree. Like I do know I agree with my little car, my little Camaro. Woo, woo, woo. I have grieved it. I've grieved when I'm divorced and I had to move out of my house. That was horrible for me. I can remember moving in here, and when I first came here, I laid on the floor and I cried. I cried. I was so hurt. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and love into the house that we purchased, the home that we purchased when we married, and I really was proud of it. I guess I was proud of it, and I liked it. I wanted to live. In my mind, we were gonna be there forever. In my mind, we were gonna be married forever. And so, in grieving the marriage, and I grieved the home. So moving here was difficult. Giving up what I thought was gonna be the rest of my life was extremely difficult. Um, Even now, so when you have to go to the grave and bury a body, you don't think about all the things that go with that person. Everything that you were gonna do, you all had decided you all were gonna do as siblings. All of that went with them. It's hard for me to go by her old job. It's hard for me to go by my mother's old job. It's hard for me to do a lot of things here, but I do them and I get through them because I mean I'm a productive citizen, so I have to do what I have to do here in the city. But there are a lot of things that are difficult once you have lived your whole life here and or anywhere, and then all of a sudden that is now gone. Um, Watching someone else grieve, ooh, watching watching your other siblings grieve, watching your parents grieve, your watching my father grieve my mother, watching my father grieve my sister is extremely difficult. Watching my children grieve my sister, watching my brother grieve my sister, it's tough. And I don't think we really give. I don't think we give those things respect. I don't think we give respect to all of the things that occurred during the time period that we are grieving. We were grieving for a long time, and you have to really like own that thing and own the fact that, hey man, I'm grieving, and that's gonna spill over into so many things. It's gonna spill over into my life here at home. It's gonna spill over into my work. It's gonna spill over. It spills over. People don't realize when you lose something and you begin to long for it, anxiety set in, paranoia set in, depression, sleepless nights set in. It's so many things that occur when you are actually in the active process of grieving, and you really not accepted the fact that this is what's going on. So I wanted to get back in, let you know that I we talked about my little car, how I grieved my car. So I did, and I do, and I still do grieve my car some days when I see a nice, pretty black Camaro, especially if I see one with a rag top. Not a rag top, but my sister had a black rag top. I had a black um sound, but when I see one with a wing, I go, or if I hear an engine, I go, oh goodness gracious, it was some days, baby. There was some days that I enjoyed myself going, and just it was a feel. Those of you who drive Camaros know that there's a certain feel in a sports car. There's a different feel. You drive it with a different push. You drive it with a different momentum. You really, literally have a totally different persona. You walk the persona, you talk the persona, you really live it, and it's the confidence that comes with driving a a a not just a Camaro but a sports car, and so you become that. So if you think about it, if you go back in your life and you think about the things that have influenced you over your life. Now we're talking about grieving, but just think about all the different things that have influenced you to do certain things in your life. And you think about if I never bought that car, how much of my life would be like this? Hmm. If I had never dated that guy, if I had never took that job, yeah, all of these things are a part of what makes us us. And we try to blame everything else, but it's us. We make choices. We make good choices some days, and we make bad choices some days. Long as we keep learning from them, we'll be okay. Keep going. Keep going. At work, we talk about our department is like a train. It's going all the time. It's always going. It's never at a standstill. Still, it is like a locomotive, and going all the time. You just gotta grab hold and ride, because the second that you look back, you're gonna miss something, and that one thing is gonna be important to um, the productivity across the entire department. And so I just say, grab a hold to this thing, stay in it, stay on it, don't let it go, keep going. Um, some days you're gonna get up and it's gonna be heavy. I guess I got up this morning and it was heavy. So I thought I was okay, but when I talked to when that little girl looked at me and was like, "You okay?" I said, "What am I giving off?" That made her say that. What did I do what's in my demeanor that made her say, "Oh man, something's wrong. I'm not okay then. I need to take a look. I need to stop and step back and take a look at what's going on with me today." And I I do have a habit of closing my door and locking the door at work, because when I'm in a certain space, I can't be tampered with. So I'm gonna stay away, and I'm gonna let people know that, hey, I'm a little, give me a second, because if I'm low, I really can't allow too many spirits or too many people and their spirits to come around me, because people can alter your mood. They will definitely alter you and alter the way you're feeling, the way you are moving. They will alter you, and you won't even realize that what's happening is happening either on something that's negative So you have to be careful, understanding that it's okay. I don't want to do that. It's okay to say I'm not coming. It's okay to say thank you so much for inviting me, but I apologize. I'm not gonna make it. It's okay. It's okay to say no. It's been tough for me. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it. I'm not saying I got it down. Okay. I'm just telling you that when you are in a moment where you need time, you need to take the time. And that's at all costs. Uh, after as much as I've gone through, yeah, it ain't a whole lot that'll get me to move if I don't want to move. No, not if I don't want to move. No, it's not a whole lot that's gonna get me rattled if I mean I'm bad about. I don't want to go, even if it's last minute. Yeah, I'm probably just not gonna go. I'm bad about that one. I'm bad. And I'll let you know later that I couldn't make it, baby. I'm sorry. She sorry. She love you, but her couldn't make it. And we're gonna try better. We'll try next time. We're gonna try back next time, okay? Because if I come and I'm not 100%, it's gonna be seen, said, and noted. If you ain't all right, you stay at home. I am not the one to come out when I am not 100. Because everybody's looking for the girl. They're looking for happy. They're looking for, oh my God, they're looking for Crystal, the bartender. They're looking for Crystal, the dancer. They're looking for Crystal, the one who loves and laughs and has a good time. So if I'm down, they're like, oh my God, what is wrong? There's got to be something wrong. Oh my gosh, she's just not okay. Y'all, somebody do something. And so I found that I've had to back up because people are looking for the performer. Well, I'm not her every day. I'm not her every minute. Oh, that was a problem I've had in dating too. Is because when you meet me happy out in public, and most times it would actually attracts you is the glow and the spirit and happiness. And all of that is true. That's who I am. I'm that. But there's also an introvert that actually goes home. My mother used to call it Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. She said I have the ability to be one way, and she said the bad part was you were truly that way, and then get home and be like this very quiet, set apart, just very recluse because you put a lot of energy when you go out in the public. You give out so much energy, you give out so much of yourself that by the time you make it in, I need everything to calm down. And so when you begin to meet new people and they don't know that the person that they met out there is not the one that's coming home, that stuff don't go on. You can't do that every day, all day, as well as I'm a trauma patient. So what what has been in place for now over 20 years is the person who comes home who has to put the public her down and come home and be me. That's me. When I get home, I'm coming out my clothes, I'm coming out my shoes, I'm coming out, I'm sound, I'm quiet, I'm no makeup on. I am I'm at the computer, I'm working on something else or coming up with another idea or trying to do something, cleaning up, whatever, cooking. But that performer, yeah, she's not there. She's not at home. Very rarely do you find that she's at home. If you end up talking or being in relationship with me, or that's friendship, that's family ship, actual romantic relationship, you find that the person that you see walking out there is that's y'all crystal. Is a totally different crystal, and that is something that grief is an element of grief too. Is that in public you are able to give a lot. You give a lot to a lot of people because you're trying to put on this face, this facade, this even I even say facade. So you try to convince yourself that you do feel that, and then you're always trying to be there for other people. You have when you, oh, she loved my sister so much. Oh goodness. Oh, she worked with my sister so good to me. You okay or whatever. So you trying to let them give things all right. But the energy that it takes to do that, when you get home, done, wiped out, have nothing else to give. I used to have to really pull when my kids would say, "Mama, I need to talk to you," huh? Because I done gave all this energy out there, and so I have to stop and focus because they are the most important thing. And so I would have to stop and focus, put myself in alignment so that I could be the best version of parent for my children when they need it, which was tough because I was barely holding myself together. God, Holy Spirit, Jesus were literally holding me together with glue and tape and tears, sweat, snot, blood. Until I could heal, I mean those things and let him weave my wounds back together. I had to pull because my children needed me, because they needed to be able to heal and they needed somebody to understand and hear them. It was very important to me that I did that. So just know that it's an ongoing process and that you don't get to just get off of the train. You don't even get to stop. You don't get to detach yourself from the train. You don't get to just stop and sit down on the train. You don't get to do that. You're slow and steady. Slow and steady. Just don't give up. Just don't give up. Um, I find myself saying things that my sister would say. I find myself doing things that my mother would do. We're in the month of August, which is the month my mother went into a coma. And normally in the month of August, I get a little. There's something already coming up on the 26th of this month, so I believe I'll be busy, which I normally will not take anything on that day. But times are changing because life is here and it's worth living. And I'm thinking I'm gonna celebrate this year. I did my first little party last year. I caught myself trying, branch out, do a little bit last year. I'm gonna do it this year. I sure is. So take it from me. You can do this. Keep going. Keep living. Keep living. Give your all. Forgive everybody because, you need to be forgiven for some, I'm sure. You have not been perfect. None of us are. Um, Acknowledge all of the parts of grieving. Be kind to people because how you hurt about a situation, you don't know how that person and why. Okay, let me say it like this. I have grieved people that I did not know, but I knew somebody who knew them. And because I knew somebody who knew them, and I had to watch them grieve that person, I began to, my heart will go out and I will grieve with them. It's the same when you, and then after somebody share with you how much they love somebody and how much they're gonna miss them and how much they just believe that they're gone. You begin to you feel that here, and then you find yourself walking alongside them as they grieve as well. So that's what I mean. That we don't know how much grief truly has affected all of us and continues to affect us every day. So be mindful. Watching my family grieve, my sister, has been difficult. Watching my aunt grieve, my sister, has been difficult. Watching my sister's friends grieve her, when my sister's friends post pictures and videos and say their happy birthdays to her or how much they miss her from time to time. Even down to times when people send me pictures of my mother from years gone by, when my mother's friends reach out to me, or when people finally, after being around them for years, they realize that was my mom, and they're like, "What, girl?" And then there's the moment all over again. For me, it happened yesterday. For them, they're having that moment right then. For me, I wake up, it happens almost every day. For me, it's a part of me, and that's okay. Um, Grief has made it tough for me to have relationships because unless you have gone through this type of pain, it's hard for you to understand. Now, since COVID, people are more understanding, but prior to that, it was tough. It was tough. I was married to a man who had both parents, and so, well, actually, both my marriages, they both had both of their parents, both sets, both parents, both sets, and so some days, my low days, my depression, my crying spells would be just too much for them. Yeah. Back to that Christmas time, I could go out and dance and sing and bartend, only to come home and cry myself to sleep. It's tough on a relationship, man. And I can see how it can be. Honestly, now, looking back, I look back, I can tell you, I can see how it could be tough. It's tough. It's tough on anybody. Honestly, it's tough on me. It's tough on my children. It was tough on my children, but my children didn't know anything else. They only knew that mom cried all the time. So since they were little, I've always cried. They don't even know what time because my mother passed away. Um, excuse me, when my daughter was 4 months old, and my son was not born. So their experience with me has always had grief in it. I didn't realize this is the first time I think I've ever said that was that their experience with me has never seen or been anything but grief. It's a part of our relationship, me and the children. Hmm. You learn something every day. So be kind. You don't ever know where somebody is and what they're going through. Be patient, even when you have no clue and not you can't understand at all what they're going through. Try not to lean on your own understanding. Seek guidance. Seek God to help your person. It's important. If you love them, take care. Love does cover a multitude of sin. It covers a multitude of grief. All right, y'all. I gotta get back to work. Job number 2. Love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Listen, if you do like what you hear and you enjoy the content, make sure that you like and subscribe. Yeah, we up and running. We're gonna keep going. I got plenty of ideas and plenty of topics. I got some stuff we're gonna talk about that we get over some grown folk stuff. So just know it's about that time because I'm dating after 40. I'm dating after divorce. I'm dating after the kids are gone. We got all kind of stuff to talk about. I see you soon. Some stuff I won't be able to post on Facebook. It's gonna be for YouTube. So you might want to leave like and subscribe. It's gonna get serious. Good night.